This is just us having a conversation, me and my niece. We like to talk about some real issues. So I'm your host, Elena.
Hello, and I am Brett Inspires.
All right. Welcome. So we can have a conversation today.
What are we talking about, Auntie?
Oh, are you guys ready for this one? I don't know. Hold on, let me grab my wine. We live in a very sensitive world right now, so we have to be very careful about the conversations that we have. But I feel like these things are very important for us to talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're going to be talking about kind of a picking up from where we left off, talking about men that are really in their feminine energy.
Or metrosexual men.
Are metrosexual men.
So what would you define a metrosexual man as?
So to me, okay.
And you're like, what is your definition?
So it's a man that grooms himself to look feminine.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a man that grooms himself because we want our men to practice self-care. We want them to groom themselves, but I can't stand the pink lips. Like, I can't stand when men...
Who's doing pink lips?
So men have pictures where they have like pink lips and they gloss them up a little bit. And I've seen those pictures.
I know in China I've seen like they had like men doing like concealer under their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Eyeliner.
But like...
I've seen men with mascara.
Like how do you feel about your man doing like a facial mask?
Facials are great.
Like the whole like...
Yes, that's a part of self-care. So facials, I'm all for.
What about mani-pedi?
Yeah.
Gloss?
No.
What about gloss on the toes?
No.
Just a little gloss?
No. A man, I don't care. A man shouldn't have clear coat on.
I'm so curious, like how a guy would say. Because like I feel like the forward progression is men being more like doing more self-care stuff. Mm-hmm.
And like that's fine, but there's certain things that a man should not do that really, kind of are feminine qualities.
Like what?
Definitely makeup. A man shouldn't wear any type of makeup. And like I was saying, like the pink lips, who looks at lips? Do women? When you look at a man, do you like specifically? I know we look at lips and like, oh, those are kissable lips. But
so like you don't look at them.
but specifically, who looks at lips?
I look at the shoes.
Men look at lips, and they do. And the first thing that a man thinks when he looks at lips,
so
that's why I'm saying like a man should never accentuate his lips.
So wait. Are we out of time?
Listen, I know a lot. I drink and I know a lot.
When the drink gets a hidden.
But I'm just saying that.
But I know metro men that are very like conscientious of how they their appearance. They may take some time and extra time to make sure like their appearance is on point. Mm-hmm. They have certain rituals and certain things.
But let's talk about certain like metro men. As a man, like I said, it's okay to have self-care and to groom yourself. But when you get to a point where if you're putting on any type of makeup,
it's a no.
It's a no. Yeah, a man shouldn't put concealer. He shouldn't put on eyeliner. He shouldn't put on lip gloss. He shouldn't have a clear coat on his nails.
No lip gloss? What about a man who puts like chapstick on a lot? And it's like
that's fine.
Cherry.
Yeah. Don't put no damn cherry on your lips because cherry has a hint of color.
I knew a guy that did that. He would wear cherry lipstick. Lip gloss. Chapstick, not lip gloss.
Cherry has a hint of color, so that is definitely a red flag.
Is it a red flag?
It should be
cherry
clear.
Chapstick?
It just should be some clear, and of course we want them to put stuff on their lips because we don't want them walking around with their lips all chapped up and looking crazy. But their lips should not gloss. And it should not have no color to it. I'm sorry. That's just, You know, that's just me because I want a man. I want a manly man. And a manly man, of course, you know, like I said, he's going to groom himself and he's going to take self-care and make sure that, you know, he looks good. But all those other things, that's feminine qualities. And I don't want my man to do feminine things. I don't want to have to fight my man for the mirror.
I got the definition of a metrosexual.
Okay, what do we have?
So, relating to a man who lives in urban areas and enjoys shopping, fashion, and similar interests traditional associated with women or gay men.
Exactly. You know why men are metrosexual? A lot of times they grew up in households with single mothers, or, you know, with maybe a lot of women in the house, and they watched their mothers and their sisters groom themselves. They watched them get dressed. They watched them put on makeup. They watched all these things growing up, and they didn't have an example of a man getting dressed. So they start to do these things that they saw their mothers do or their sisters do. So they're pretty much just imitating what they saw growing up, and that's how they become metro. So it is a feminine tendency. It's a quality of women. And again, I say, I'm a single mother. I have a son. And there was never a time that I let my son watch me put on makeup. I just didn't.
I just never thought, like, I didn't think metrosexual meant, like, I thought that it was okay, like, for men to just have, like, their own routines and do certain things that, like, I don't know, like...
I mean, I knew a guy that used to get out the shower and spend an hour lotioning his body.
I think that's good.
No, that's good. And he would walk around and he would not put on clothes until everything was dry and his body was nice and moisturized. That is beautiful. That's not metro.
I think it's great, like, if a guy keeps himself up and his nails and his
toes. But do you want your man I don't think a man should put polish on. I don't care if it is a clear coat. I don't think that, like...
I don't think it's necessary.
No, it's not necessary. They even have buffers now that will buff your nails and make them look nice and shiny and make them look good and clean, you know, but that's all you need. You don't need to put a clear coat of polish on your nails, you know, so...
So would you date a metrosexual man?
No, I wouldn't.
But he's like really got all the other boxes ticked.
No, because in this day and age, we have so many men that are hiding in closets and they get into relationships with women and they don't tell them these things. And then you're like a few years down the line and then you may catch your man with a man. And it starts there because, like, can I say it?
No.
Oh, okay. Who you getting pretty for? You know what I'm saying? Like, a man should not be pretty. I don't want a pretty man. That's why.
Okay, so pretty boy. You wouldn't date a pretty boy?
I don't like pretty boys.
So, okay, eyebrows is done.
No. Getting his eyebrows done?
Like, cleaned up. Like, what if he has, like, a unibrow?
Okay, you could clean the uni.
What if he has, like, really thick bushes and he just, like, wants to clean it up?
You better not have no lines. You can cut the wild hairs.
How do you groom yourself?
They could cut like all the wild hairs and all this other stuff, but you better not line up. You better not arch. You better not nothing to your eyebrows. No. Mm-mm.
I know a lot of guys who get their eyebrows done.
I'm sorry. That's female tendencies. So I'm sorry. Y'all can come for me if you want to, but a man that is getting his eyebrows done, that is... That's feminine. It's feminine.
Don't cancel me.
Yeah, don't cancel me. You know, because I have nothing against, like, if you're a man and you want to attract other men, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
But like, what if that's just like they want to feel good about themselves?
Well, you know, for a man to think, you know, to put makeup on is to attract a female. You know, honestly, I don't think that they're doing these things, you know, to attract a woman that wants a manly man. You know, I don't want to date a man that has on makeup. Like, I
have a question for you. How do you feel about women pursuing men?
I'm old school, and I really feel like if a man wants you, he's gonna come for you. So as a woman,
but do you
if
think
you're
that this
chasing,
generation is very different, where like men are not actually?
because women, when you and I know there's some stories out there.
A lot of women have said that like
a lot of them
men are not actually.
So again, if a man is not chasing you or not pursuing you, he is again in his feminine energy, because a manly man is gonna go after what he wants.
Like I've heard men like expecting, like they're expecting flowers now. They're expecting to get taken out for dinner.
You know, they say this on the Boondocks. I can't say. Okay, never mind. I guess.
You can't say two of those words.
Okay, I ain't gonna say the words.
That whole phrase you can't say.
So I'm gonna say this. I feel like men today are jealous of women.
Why?
I feel like they're jealous because they see certain qualities. And again, it goes back to being raised by mostly women and by females, but they see certain qualities and aspects within women that they wish they could have for themselves. You know, they think that women, you know, because they watched women getting dressed and they see the beauty in women. And a lot of these men have taken on these feminine qualities. And I feel like they're a little bit jealous of females because they really do want to, you know, be able to be in that space. And not all men, I'm not talking about all of you men. I know there's a lot of you men out there that are masculine and that you're confident in who you are. I'm not talking to you. So I'm just talking to, like, I was watching this guy and he was saying, you know, if we go on a date, and he was a pretty boy. If I go on a date, I'm not coming to the door. I'm just going to send you a text saying here, and you better come out, you know. He's like, because I took out the time to pick out my fit and I got dressed and I did this and I did that. And I put all this energy in already. Why do I got to come to your door and knock on your door and come and get you?
Someone said that?
Yes. I'll show it to you later.
That's wild.
It's wild, but you know what it is? It's that these men are expecting to be treated like a woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like they want roses.
Yeah, they want to be treated like a woman. You know,
where is that coming from? Like, is that like? Because I feel like it's a new generational thing. Like it's my generation.
You know, like if a man if he's coming to take you out on a date, and I get it, the men they you know, it's a lot of effort, but that's just what men do. They put in the effort because they have to be the one that's asserting themselves. And they're the ones that, you know, I'm not trying to go back to caveman days, but it is.
Woman, you mine.
Yeah, you know, come here, girl. Club you over the head. But a man that's strong and confident in who he is, you know, he's going to go after the woman that he wants. And that's how you get a submissive woman. You know, you're going to get an aggressive woman if you don't chase her and she has to chase you, because now she felt like she just put in the work to get you. And now she feels like, you know, she's the one that, you know, deserves that puts her in a masculine position. So going back to should women chase men? No, because that puts you in that, you know, and then men say, oh, I can't stand a masculine woman, but then they're, well, I want the woman to chase me. Like, you're making the woman act masculine. You know, that's just what it is.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing, you know. So again, we have to remember our roles and we have to balance ourselves out, and men have to make sure that you're being a man. And if, again, like I said, if the other lifestyle is what you want and you want to chase men and attract men, then by, you know, all means do that. And find women that are okay with that. But I'm talking to completely. So you don't think there's like metrosexual men that are straight? There are. I feel that these men have feminine tendencies about them. And again, when you talk about a man having feminine tendencies, he's going to be less in control of his emotions. So there's a lot that's going to come with that. You know, because now you're talking about a man that will be aggressive towards women. And, you know, men that are like that, they're willing to fight women. They don't see a problem with fighting a woman. They don't see problems with hitting women. They have no problem with any of this, because now that they're so into their feminine energy, they're looking at you more as their equal, more so than, you know, that I'm the man and I have to assert my manliness, because number one, a man is physically stronger than women. I don't care. I know there's a lot of women out there that think they could fight men, but just by nature, a man is physically stronger than us. So any man that feels that, he can challenge a woman, be aggressive towards a woman, fight a woman, hit a woman, that is a feminine quality. I don't care what anybody has to say, so no, as far as, is there a man that is metrosexual and still a manly man? No, those two things do not go hand in hand. Even when you read the definition, nothing about that said a strong, manly man who wants to put on makeup and be pretty. So I don't know. I'm this new age of
what
people.
about Prince?
She gonna go there. How you gonna go to Prince? I love Prince. But Prince, he made it very clear.
But he was a man.
He made it very clear in his days that, he, as far as his sexuality was concerned, that he just did whatever. So, especially when it comes to entertainers, as much as I love Prince and I love his music, when it comes to entertainers, we don't know what they're doing. I don't know what his lifestyle was.
But what about that dude that's super manly?
But he goes another way.
Yeah, because some guys are like super manly.
I feel like there's tendencies that you'll catch. I feel like even even the men that pretend to be manly, like the bromance. Okay? So when these dudes have a bromance and they want to spend more time with their homies than they want to spend with their woman, that's suspect. Because when you're in a relationship, your man should want to spend time with you. He should enjoy the time that he has with you. You should be his best friend. He should be perfectly fine having that time with you and that moment with you. But if he does not enjoy, being with you or doing things, and I get it, like guys have times when they like to go out with the guys and go do sports or go to the bar.
Guy trips.
Yeah, guy trips.
Multiple times a year.
See, I don't know. And guy trips, like for me, with my man going on a guy trip, usually the guy trips are going to be about them. It's not just them going out and being adventurous and, getting binoculars and sightseeing.
Really?
No.
Like, so if your man was like, I'm going to, I don't know, let's say Iceland with the boys.
Like, why would you want to go take a trip to Iceland?
And it's like, what's wrong with that?
Okay. So again, it's fine, but that's the kind of stuff that you do when you're single, but if I'm dating somebody and you're trying to take a boys trip, then those trips sometimes, they're just out to go hoe around. Can I say that?
Yeah. What if you wanted to take a girl trip?
I feel the same way. Like even with the girls, when you go take girl trips, I've been on girl trips and I know what those girl trips are about. It's just out having a good time and partying and living your best life and, turning up and whatever happens. So
would you let your man take like a couple annual trips with his group of guy friends?
I don't think it's necessary.
So you're saying no?
I just don't think
you would feel uncomfortable with it.
I would be uncomfortable with it. Why do you want to go spend so much time with your friends, with your guys, and not want to spend that time with me? Like, if you want to go to Iceland, we could go to Iceland together. So, no. Damn it. We taking a trip together, and you can go.
You're not going with your homeboys.
You're not going with your homeboys. You can go and hang out with them.
But here's the thing, too. Guys don't... guys need to have a brotherhood.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And I feel like sometimes we have a double standard when it comes to how women interact with women and men interact with men. But then, sometimes
I will retract a little bit because I think it is healthy in relationships for you guys to have separate things going on in your life. But 2 trips a year? I don't know about
just
that.
one.
Okay, maybe one.
One annual
And it depends.
guys trip.
I need to know who's going, who all gonna be there.
You gotta see all the Instagrams first?
Yeah, I gotta see. And then I know a lot of times, these guys will take trips and they may have a friend that might be suspect, you know, so it's like
That one friend.
that one friend, you know, so if you're on a trip, if you're doing a boys trip, a guys trip, and then you've got that one suspect friend with you, like, what does that say about your group? You know?
So, okay, if you had someone, a special someone in your life, and his best friend was...
Oh, no.
Them?
No. If my guy has a friend that is femme, then he's femme. I'm sorry, because
what if his friend isn't like out there femme, but like he's like kind of noticeably feminine?
I'm going to say this. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but a lot of times the people that are femme are very aggressive.
So you think like there's no way they can have like a platonic friendship?
So let's say this.
This is such a like, well, it's a hard conversation.
It's a hard conversation, you know, because I'm not trying to, you know, I don't want to judge anyone's lifestyles or anything like that.
It's like I know people that have like friendships and they're good, but
so,
I mean, I know that there's always like a question of like, okay, like, because people are DL, people are, you know, they do their thing in the dark, and so you don't know like what.
And I'll say it like this.
And even if they don't have femme friends, like it could be, you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
How would you ever know?
I'll just say this. I've had a lot of guy friends. And every guy friend that I've had tries to come on to me. You know, we may start off as friends in the beginning and we might be working, doing business together.
So you think it's the same for a femme man?
I believe so.
That's
Those lines, and people always ask the question. I know they always say, you know, can a man and a woman be friends? And the only way that I see a man and a woman being friends and never having like those thoughts or anything coming in is if the guy is femme and his friend is a female.
Even in those cases, like the femme man, the woman actually, I've heard stories of them becoming
because
lovers.
There's no boundaries, you know. It's like it's weird. It's a weird space, because even like that, then they feel like, well, it's not cheating because you're this, you know what I mean? But it's like, because you're engaging in any type of, you know, any kind of sexual conduct, you know. But
what do you think about guys who do engage in like DL and they just don't consider themselves gay?
I think that
or homosexual.
So inconsiderate.
But they like don't see it as.
No, I mean, if you are attracted, if a guy is attracted to another man in any type of way, it's uncomfortable. But you know, it's like the conversations, because there's so many women who are, you know, we're heterosexual, and you know, we're not interested in being with a man that has these tendencies at all. You know, so it's always unfair that we have to tiptoe around these conversations. But you know, who speaks out for us and who advocates for us when we come into situations like this? You know, so I just don't think it's fair for a man to have those type of tendencies.
Listen to like gay dudes or homosexual guys on like YouTube. They be telling the tea.
Really? So I'm gonna have to go listen to them and see what they're talking about.
They will like literally tell you like all the signs, all the, you know.
Yeah.
They tell the tea, bro.
Yeah, you have to know how to pick up on the signs. A man.
But I think some women don't want to like believe it. Like even if they do see clear like signs that like this is going on, they just want to ignore it because it's like, nah, man, not my dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like if you're dating a guy that's metro, you should already know that he has tendencies. You know, like any man that has any type of feminine qualities about him.
But some men are just like born more like have an energy of feminine energy. Like some men are like truly like more feminine than masculine, but they're not. They consider themselves heterosexual.
Yeah, but you know, you have to get down to the core.
But their energy is like that.
Yeah, no. If you're zesty. Did you say zesty? I've never heard
zesty.
If you're zesty, then yeah, you probably have, some, and I'm just saying.
If you have a little zest,
like this world that we live in today, it's like you have to be upfront with people. You have to tell people the truth. You can't.
Nobody tells people the truth.
They don't. They be lying. And it's so unfortunate.
They be fronting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. If you get in a relationship with a man and you fall in love with him, or you have children with him, and then come to find out that this man is, secretly having a relationship with another man. Mm-hmm.
Was it Waiting to Excel? That her husband or her man was it Waiting to Excel? What movie was that?
No, because he was having a relationship with a white woman.
No. There was a movie
where her husband was with another man?
Yeah, no, it was the heavier set woman and her husband.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
He didn't want to be with her no more.
Oh, because
and they had a son together, and the son was mad because the dad was having an alternative lifestyle.
Oh, you're right.
And
I haven't seen that movie in a
mad
while.
at his dad about it.
Yeah.
And she was like,
that's what I'm saying.
It's in a weird space about it too.
Yeah, it's unfair. It's unfair to everyone involved. It's unfair to the children. It's unfair to the woman. It's unfair if that's the lifestyle that you want to live. You have to tell people this. And I know a lot of times they want to step out and they want to change their lives around. And
I don't like this.
Someone asked me the question like, can a man go from being homosexual to being straight? And I think with men, it's different. Like women, it's different. The penetration.
I think we need to give details.
No, but I'm saying this for a reason. Because with a man, when he has that happen, then there's kind of no, you know what I mean? Like there's not a get back from that. Because.
Okay.
No, just to answer the question, like, can they go from one to the other? I think it would be hard for them. I think it would be a struggle for them, but women, did I go there? Ooh, look at the time. I think we're gonna have to we have to draw this one in. It's cringe. It is, but you know what? We're so afraid to talk about things.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable, and we're always afraid to have these conversations, and it leaves us in the dark. And there's so many people that are in the dark about conversations like this, and then they end up getting caught up, and there's nowhere, there's no one to talk to, there's nowhere to go about these things.
Except for YouTube University.
Exactly. So when you hear people talking,
like us
talking freely about it.
These are the 5 signs to know when.
These are the signs if your man is metro.
Let me tell you.
Look, if he puts on lip gloss or eyeliner or mascara, if he gets a clear glossy coat on his nails, yes, and if he's overly aggressive with females, then he has female tendencies. So that's just my opinion. I know somebody may say, that I'm wrong for that, but listen, I've seen a lot. I've been around a lot of men. I have dealt with a lot of men. So just when I'm telling you this, when you're dating, that's going to have to be the next conversation, is dating with intention. Like, you really have to stop and learn people first before you jump into situations, and before you just, we need to stop just having sex with people. You have to remember that, having a sex equals a baby, and a baby equals 18 years of dealing with this person. So,
or soul ties, good.
Yeah, exactly. Soul ties, all kinds of stuff, So you have to date with intention. You have to make sure that you look at everything and, kind of
assess.
Yeah, assess. Start looking at people deeper. So, yeah. Amens. I was gonna say, cheers, but you didn't kill yours. I'm slow moving over here.
I was like, where's the other bottle?
I drink, but I don't drink. So anyway, that's it for this episode of Elevate Life. The wine is talking.
She literally barely had a few sips.
I was over here sipping so small, but
I like the whole glass. It was just like.